What is up, party people? As you can see, my cold is better. Oh, it only took a week and a half. So, it's a nice day today. It's a bit cloudy. It might clear up later. So, have you booked your flight to Bali yet? What? You haven't? What the fuck is wrong with you? Told ya. October, last weeks of October, first weeks of November, 250 return from Perth. Obviously, if you're not in Perth, don't listen to this. And like I said, showed you before in another video, hotels from, if you stay for, there'll be 5 nights, Sunday to Friday. 5 nights. What was the place? It was the Diana Suites. That's quite nice. And it's $90 for 5 days. So less than $20 a night. And there's cheaper places. There's one there for $64. And I've stayed there before. And that was in Kuta as well. So the cheaper places are always in the more populated areas. So particularly Kuta. There's lots of homestays. What else are they called? Guest houses. And the smaller hotels, the privately owned ones. And yeah, definitely less than $20, some less than $15. And like I said to you before, if you look on booking.com, you're thinking maybe, oh yeah, but they're going to be shit. No, they're not. Of course, some can be, but especially Tuban, like around Tuban, which is where the airport is, just north of the airport. There's lots of cheap stuff there, and I've stayed in them, and they're like $15. Poppy's Lane 2 and Poppy's Lane 1. I stayed in one place, it was $17 a night, and another place, I think it was, what was it, 16. And that's now, because of the exchange rate, that's now 13 to stay, and that's with an air conditioner. No toiletries though, but you're going to pack your own toiletries anyway. There's people that complain, they go, oh, there's no toiletries. Well, you want to pay $15 for a place and you expect toiletries. And all the toiletries are sold at the convenient marts anyway. Circle K and Alphamart, they all sell toiletries, like the travel type ones, you know, the small bottles. So if you didn't bring your toiletries with you, what a doofus you must be if you don't bring your toiletries with you. Then yeah, look at that. How nice that is. And I get to see that every single day. Yes, walking on the beach. And you could be doing this if you got off your fat ass and you booked the flight to Bali and back, $250. Like I said before, you spend $100 or less on accommodation, right? Put away $50 for Gojek, go and visit some place, go up north or whatever, go and see some temples, and then what did I say for food? Even if you spend $100 on food, which you wouldn't, if you eat like me, then that's a whole $500 for a week in Bali. And if you did it cheaply, you can do it for $400. If you eat at cheap places and you cut down your Gojek riding just from the airport and back, which will be, you know, $5 each, or 50,000 each. So there's, yeah, 10,000. Sorry, 100,000. And then it leaves you 40,000 or 100,000 for food. And at 15,000, 10,000 for meals, easy. Easy, you can do this for, you know, $400. Do you know, I checked the median price of 1-bedroom units in Perth. According to whatever it was, one of those AI things, It's $700 now for an average unit in Perth. Of course, there's cheaper, shit ones in shit areas. Sure, Gosnells is a bit cheaper. But anyway, so yeah, $700. I pay the equivalent of $44. So you can pay 1 week's rent in Perth, or you could live in Bali for 16 weeks. So what's that, 4 months? You can live in Bali for 4 months, or you can pay 1 week's accommodation in Perth rent. That's if you live here permanently. Obviously, if you're staying in hotels, you're not going to get 44 for the week. What's the cheapest I paid? I think it was like $100 for the week. Was it? Yeah, it was. It was $100 for 7 days. So yeah, $100 for a week. That's still 7 times cheaper than Perth. 7 times. And that's staying in a hotel. Sure, it wasn't flash. It's clean. Had to eat out. And probably if I'd stayed there longer, they probably would have done a better deal. Because all you got to do is find a hotel that's quiet, the privately owned ones, and you just go there and you say, I'm going to stay here for a month. What can you do for me? So yeah, go for it. Anyway, see you soon, people from Perth.